So I had been in athletics all my life, and before I fenced, I was doing soccer, track, and wrestling. However, wrestling wasn't. I was kind of falling out of love with wrestling, and I wanted to find a new winter sport. And I heard about it in my middle school health class, so I gave it a shot, and it just kind of stuck from there.
For me, my high school had a fencing program, and when I was in middle school, I had heard about it and thought it was really cool, and thought I'll try it out, and I stuck with it. I saw the cross country in high school, and that was a different season, and it was a good balance between something that was more long endurance running and something that's more bursts of energy. I like fencing foil because it's a puzzle that it's like a puzzle that I am really excited to solve. Um, the other weapons are different kind of puzzles, and I think the foil puzzle is what intrigues me the most.
My choice of weapon is the epee, and just like Ching stated, each weapon is unique in that it has its own puzzles. And one of the unique elements of epee is that you have to be very careful about when you decide to commit to an action or when not to commit to an action, because it's a game of milliseconds. But for me, I guess if thinking more about why I really like epee, I really like hitting people's toes. It's a surprising target at no one. Some people, or the more advanced fencers, will are better equipped to deal with. But it's fun to just surprise other people. Be like, oh dang it, they got my toe. Dang it. Every year we have a preseason in which 5 days out of the week we will alternate between lifts, and then we'll do a distant nature trail in addition to like a game, just kind of integrate some more explosive like speed like soccer, but also to kind of create a lighter atmosphere in terms of just like, hey, we're doing sport because we love it and we want to have fun, and like intertwined with that really competitive nature. So a lot of people have been uh, doing lifts for the new freshmen and newcomers on the team. They've been working with Corey so they can navigate the weight room much better. And they're also taking lessons with our coaches and also with some of the current members of the team. So they're doing as much as they can to get prepared. And that motivation is just something that's awesome.
Yep. And in season, we transitioned to doing less lifts and more footwork. Um, and we really focus a lot on doing drills and doing footwork and carefully developing all the skills and muscles that you need to be a good fencer, instead of just kind of letting people fence for 2.5 hours per day, right? Because that's not too helpful. It prepares us to be a more complete fencer, right? Because on the one hand, we are trying to figure out our opponents at the that we regularly fence at MACFAS, and then during this period in our schedule, it's really tough components, and it's a totally different game, and the ability to switch between the two actually informs our strategy on either end.
Yeah, just building off that, one of the foundational values of our team is reflected in something called growth mindset, in which everything we do has, like, everything everyone does in a sport has some value, but we're really focusing on the growth and development of each individual fencer as not only a person but as an athlete. So regardless of skill level, so for the people that have been competing on like the national circuit, they are they can do pretty well against some of these like top-notch people from Penn State and UPenn, just because they've probably seen them in competitions before, and then they get to continue practicing and fencing people of very high caliber to not only maintain but then resharpen skills. For say fencers that are first year or don't have that national experience, they can still develop a lot by fencing people that are much better than them, just through that personal experience. It's like, oh, I fenced this like top 8 finisher in a national competition. This is what he did against me. This is how he did it against me. And now I know exactly what he did, and I know how to defend against it next time. Or I can take from his style or her style and then integrate it into my own. So all in all, as long as the right mindset is used going into these types of events, everyone can learn a significant amount. And then that ultimately prepares us for fencing maybe people that are just as good or maybe not as good in our conference and then NCAA regionals. All of them. Everyone, like I said, growth mindset. Every single meet is an opportunity to fence someone new and to learn something. So that's my goal. That's what I'm really looking forward to this year.
I am excited to travel to Boston for our Soleil invite because we get to fence some other fencers that would not travel here otherwise, like BU or MIT.
Very nice. I think as a team, we always want to win our conference. The last time we won, I believe, was in 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've taken third a couple of times, but we want to get back on top. And we'll have to beat tough schools like Hopkins and Stevens and JIT, but it's very doable considering our talent group. Any other team things I missed?
Yeah, it's okay. Personally, for me, the foil squad is actually going through a big. Let's see, like we have a lot of new freshmen this year, and my goal for the team is to build up a positive team spirit where everyone works together and works hard. And individually, I would like to make the regionals this year for the NCAA.
My personal goals. So my freshman year, I won our conference, and for the past 2 years, I have taken third. So I would like to kind of end my college career on top. In addition, my sophomore year, I missed going to Division I NCAAs by 1 spot. So this year, I want to make it, and I want to get my Division I All-American status.